Hello dancers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kendall. Today we're helping you with middle splits. So for these exercises, you're gonna need a resistance band. It can be in a loop or it can be a long one that you tie in a loop. And then we're also gonna use a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block at home, you can do it with a thick book or maybe even like a few pillows, just depending on what you find around your house. Maybe you even use like a yoga mat kind of rolled up, whatever you have at home. So first let's talk about what muscles we need to actually strengthen for your middle splits. So as we slide out into our middle splits, we need to be strengthening those muscles on the outside of the hips, which include our hip abductors and our deep external rotator. So the muscles that produce turnout, as well as the muscles that produce internal rotation, as well as hip abduction. So that is your gluteus medius, your TFL, and we're also working on those rotators, which there's a lot of little muscles there. I'm not even gonna name them all for you. The muscles that we need to stretch are the inner thighs and through the hamstrings. So the exercises we're gonna do are gonna help you with all of those things. So first let's work a little bit on the strengthening part, and we're gonna start with a resistance band. So go ahead and bring that band right above your knees. See if I can get it over my baggy pants. All right, and then you're gonna lay onto your side. So no yoga block quite yet. Lay straight onto your side with your legs straight out in one straight line. We've done this one on the channel before. It's a tried and true classic exercise of mine because I love it so much and you feel it so much. So that bottom leg's gonna stay still. You can keep it straight or you can bend the knee if that feels more comfortable on your hip. And all we're doing is lifting and lowering this top leg off the ground. It's tiny. We're not like whacking it up there into a big grand battement, but instead we're controlling it. We're keeping the leg in parallel and we're not swinging the leg up and crunching through your side. As you lift up, think about lengthening away, then you lift up. Nice and controlled. Let's do about 5 more here. You should be feeling right on the outside of the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Now in this video today, I'm only going to show you one side. So if you want to do both sides, go ahead and pause the video. Do that on the other side before you move on to the next exercise. All right, next exercise, we don't need the band, so go ahead and slide it off. We do need our yoga block. So this exercise is actually going to work on the internal rotator. So similar muscles that we just felt on the outer of hips, but now we're getting a little bit more specific with rotating in. Now you might be wondering, if I'm in a middle split, why am I going to strengthen the muscles that turn my leg in? We don't ever want to be turned in dance. Sometimes that's true and sometimes that's not. When we're in the middle splits, we actually do need a great deal of inward rotation so we can get our legs more to the side rather than to the front of us or way back behind us. So we're going to unlock these muscles, use them to help you get more range of motion and closer to the ground. So with this one, you're going to be on your knees and place the block right next to you. The leg that's closest to the block, put it on top like this. I'll show you kind of from the diagonal. So for me, the left knee is bent on the ground, right knee is on top of the block, my foot's behind. I'm gonna come down to my elbows over this left foot, and now my right knee is gonna stay touching the block the whole time. Do not let it come off the block, okay? All you're gonna do is lift that foot up off the ground and then lower. Let me show you from the side. I lift up and lower, lift, lower. Now, some of you might have your foot like way up here. Some of you might barely be able to get it off the ground. That's okay. I want you to still aim for feeling these muscles on the side of the hip. It should feel hard because we are in that end range position of the hip joint here. So give me about 10 to 12 on each side. Last one. And then go ahead and relax. Ooh, I really felt that. I haven't done that exercise in a while. It always makes my hips feel really good afterwards though. Okay, you can slide the block away. Now we're gonna move into some stretches. So a lot of mistakes that dancers make when it comes to getting their middle splits is that they spend way too much time on stretches and not enough time on strengthening. But if you are gonna do stretches, which we need to be doing stretches. That's part of a middle split. But instead of just going down into a split and holding it, or going into like over splits and holding it, we want to do something that's more functional. So this exercise, I call it the half frog rock. So you're going to be on one knee again, other leg straight out to the side, bring your hands down in front of you, and then I like to slide this foot or this knee out to the side just a little bit more. Whatever is comfortable for you, we're gonna rock your hips forward and back in this position. Let me show you from a side view, rocking forward and back, forward and back. And what we're doing here is we're stretching through the inner thighs and the hamstrings on this straight leg, and then we're also feeling a little bit of the inner thighs and up closer to the groin area on the leg that's bent. So we do this for about 30 seconds. And then we will go ahead and switch sides. Go ahead and pause it to switch the other side. I'm gonna move on to the last exercise. Okay, I actually lied. We have 2 more exercises. I knew I forgot one, but I had to check my list. We're gonna go back to a strength exercise, this time for the external rotators. Grab your band, bring it back above your knees just like we had it before. Once you have your band above your knees, we're gonna come onto a hands and knees position. This is another very classic BodyKinect exercise, but it's so good and I love it, and it's really hard if you do it right. So it's a fire hydrant. You're gonna open the leg out to the side, close it back in to center. Open, close. Lift, lower. Now, as you're lifting, we don't wanna be shifting to the side. We also don't wanna be kicking the foot up and down, okay? We want to lift from the knee. Maybe your leg is only this high off the ground. That's okay. Give me 4 more on this side. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Go ahead and switch to the other side when you're ready. Last exercise is one more stretch. I'll give you the option to do this with a yoga block if you would like. It doesn't have to be with a yoga block, but sometimes it can get a little bit of an extra stretch like that. So this one is a straddle position. If you have a block, you're gonna put it underneath one knee, or if you have 2 blocks, put it underneath both knees. I only brought 1 block today. So with whatever knee has the block underneath it, you're gonna keep it bent. So if you have 2 blocks, both knees will be bent like that, okay? Walk your hands forward in the center. Now I already feel a stretch right here, but I'm gonna walk my hands to the right, and then I'm gonna walk my hands to the left. So we're making this more of a dynamic or active stretch rather than just going all the way forward with our chest and making it like a pancake. The reason why we have the block here is because with my knee bent, I can get a little bit closer up towards the center or closer up towards my hip. Go ahead and switch the block to the other side if you only are doing one leg at a time. Obviously, you will feel the stretch on both sides, but that's okay if you feel one side more than the other. And if you're not using any blocks, you can just keep your legs straight. That's totally fine. All right, come back to the center and then roll back up. Good. Now when we take the block away, just reach into the center and hold. For me, it already feels like I can go down further than I usually can, and we only did that for about 30 seconds. So now, with all those exercises in mind, go ahead and try your middle splits. I will do them with you. Now, I did not practice my middle splits before filming this video, so we will see how they are. But we did do those exercises, and I think that does really help. So for our middle splits, the best way that I like to get into it is straightening one leg at a time. So I'm on my knees, I straighten one leg back, or to the side, I mean. I pick up the other leg, and then I slowly slide down into the middle splits there. Now, I'm not all the way on the ground. I think if I had done a few more exercises, I probably could have, but hopefully you are a little bit lower and closer to the ground than you were before. If you keep at these exercises consistently, they are going to help you so much with your middle split. So don't just watch this video and then forget about them. Try to do them 2 to 3 times a week, or use them as a warm-up before you practice your splits. If you have any questions about the exercises, leave a comment below. And then I also have more exercises to help you get your splits in our 6-week training plan called Flexibility Fusion, and I'll put more information about that training plan in the description below as well. Have a great day.